Welcome to the Arrington Gavin Show. Real talk, big opinions, and fearless conversations. From the front lines of politics to the latest in pop culture. From breaking sports headlines to the stories that move the world. Nothing's off limits, and nobody's holding back. Arrington Gavin is here to break it down, build it up, and keep it all the way real. So turn it up, lean in, and let's get into it. This is the Arrington Gavin Show.
Hey, family. Welcome to another great episode of the Arrington Gavin Show, your go-to spot for sharp insights, bold opinions, and unfiltered takes on the biggest stories of the day, whether it's politics, sports, pop culture, or the latest buzz. Look, we're diving deep and keeping it real. So please do me a favor, kick back, stay informed, and get ready to join the conversation. On today's conversation, we're going to talk about drinking on the job. Why, you ask? Well, because former NFL star Quentin Jammer, former longtime cornerback of the San Diego Chargers, now the Los Angeles Chargers, felt like he wanted to just come out clean with the truth during his career. I believe he said during the 2011 season, he played at least 8 games intoxicated. Yes. And I don't know why he brought it up, but we'll talk a little bit about that later on the program. Also, I'm going to continue discussing the recent news about Texas Congresswoman JASMINE CROCKETT, who recently announced that she will be running for U.S. Senate in Texas. The Congresswoman representing the 30th Congressional District came out with a video, really, with her not having to say anything. It was all the insults that she has received from the right, and of course yours truly at the helm, Donald Trump. And it just shows, hey, she is ready to put up that fight, ready to battle, and she is running for Texas Senate. By far, she is a front runner in the Democratic primary that you had former Texas Congressman Colin Aldred drop out the race because he said, you know what, I'm going to drop out the Senate race and I'm going to run for the new district, a new district in Congress in the state of Texas. Now, there is another contender, Texas state legislator James, I believe it's Talarico, yes, who he's garnered a huge audience after a great interview he had, or conversation, however you would like to call it, on Joe Rogan's program, which you don't see a lot of politicians on the Joe Rogan podcast. You don't. You have folks that speak about politics, but you don't have a lot of either former elected officials, current elected officials. The last elected official that was on his program was a former president by the name of Donald Trump, who had a 3-hour plus, I think 3 hour and some change conversation with Rogan. And then after that conversation, Rogan publicly endorses Donald Trump the day before Election Day, which a lot of folks are saying was a key reason why Trump won the election. But we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on the show. We have so much more. What else do we have on the list today to discuss? Jimmy Kimmel has signed an extension with ABC, as I mentioned before in the last show, but I don't think we quite talked too much about it. Also, boxing legends Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather is set to face an exhibition in Africa. We're going to talk about it here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Let's see here. I think that's all we have. We'll try, and if we have some time, we'll talk about the Netflix and Warner Brothers possible deal. First of all, Netflix is just killing the game right now. I mean, they are everywhere. They are, they're in talks of potentially even buying Disney and EA. I mean, it's so much. Which, hey, Netflix is, in my opinion, the number one streaming platform. Out of all the streaming platforms like a Peacock, HBO Max, Paramount Plus, all of them. Nobody takes a cake of like Netflix does. Netflix will forever be number one because they were, quite frankly, one of the OGs. At one point, Netflix was like almost like Redbox. Like you ordered a movie or and it got sent to your home. Then they've expanded, and I mean it is dope. Now they're starting to incorporate live sporting events. Netflix is doing great. So we got a lot to discuss here on the program, y'all. As always, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to tune in to yet another great convo. For those who are watching us on YouTube right now, do me a favor, subscribe if you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel yet. Subscribe, share with a friend, share with family. I truly appreciate it. For those who are watching us right now on Facebook, like and follow. I truly appreciate it. And then lastly, for those who watch us on Goatverse TV, that's right, Goatverse TV. Ways you can, if you want to check out some past episodes of the Arrington Gavin Show on Goatverse TV, all you have to do is just download the app. It's free, available in the App Store, Google Play Store, Roku, as well as Amazon Fire TV. And of course, you can listen to us on the go wherever you get your podcasts. We're available on all major podcast platforms. And you can listen to us on the radio airwaves in your car. Shout out to our fam out in the New Orleans area, WBOK, 1230 a.m., what New Orleans is talking about. You can tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 7 p.m. Central Time. And again, that's only on WBOK, 1230 a.m. And then we're going to head over to the Houston area to Afro Vibes Radio, where you can listen to the Arrington Gavin Show Mondays, 12 p.m. Central Time. That's only on Afro Vibes Radio. Then lastly, we're going to head over to the Metro Atlanta area to WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk, where you can listen into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And again, that's only on WDJY 99.1 FM Straight Talk. All right. Look, we're going to pay some bills, but so do not go anywhere, my friends. We got a lot more show for you here on the Arrington Gavin Show. We'll be right back after these commercial breaks.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to
And we still in traffic.
I don't look familiar, do I? Not in this seat.
Hey, what's that you listening to?
Here to host today.
Hey, turn it up.
With me?
Yeah, this that new Goatverse app. I got you.
So y'all want to know where the goats are? They're off on the sidelines.
Looking for fresh, relevant content wherever you go?
What was the name of that he said?
Introducing Goatverse TV.
Goatverse, that's what it's called.
The free streaming app that brings you the best podcasts, current events, and thought-provoking opinions all in one place. Download it now from the Apple Store or Play Store. In goats, we trust.
Become a man of distinction with Rugged Evolution Beard Care. Order our scented beard oils and beard balms to help you maintain and grow the perfect beard. Order today. Try our men's care products like the full body exfoliating cleansing bars, body wash, smooth stash, and more. Log on to our website or download our app to place your orders. Rugged Evolution Beard Care. We're your luxury but affordable men's care line. And remember,
Rugged is the new smooth.
Let me tell you something most people get wrong about suits. A suit isn't just about you wearing it. It's how you show the world who you are. It's your handshake before you say a word, your presence when you step into any room. That's why we design statements at Dapper Luke. We don't just make suits. We'll start with the fabrics that tell your story, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends sourced from the finest mills in Italy, the UK, and India. Then we'll combine that with your vision, your personality, and your style. Every detail is tailored to you, from the fit to the finish. Whether for your wedding, a gala, the boardroom, we specialize in creating custom suits that are unique, just like the men who wear them. We spent years perfecting this craft, apprenticing under designers in New York and showcasing collections in New York and for Baltimore Fashion Week. None of that matters as much as seeing the look on your face when you try on your custom suit. Over 900 clients have already trusted us to deliver the best custom suits. They trust me to deliver the confidence. We proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore and would be honored to bring your vision to life next. Let's create something unforgettable. Book your free consultation today at www.dapperluke.com.
All right, my friends, welcome back to the Arrington Gavin show. What do I want to discuss with y'all first? Well, first of all, I would like to shout out two individuals who are making some huge noise in the HBCU sports field. And that is former NFL stars Deshaun Jackson, former NFL wide receiver Deshaun Jackson, who's currently head coaching Delaware State's football program, and then also Michael Vick, who is the current head coach for Norfolk State University. Excuse me. The reason why I am acknowledging them both before we head on with more on the show, Deshaun Jackson was recently elected as the HBCU Coach of the Year. He was elected HBCU Coach of the Year, which is well deserved. His season has been one of a kind just in his inaugural season as a head football, not as just a coach, but a head collegiate football coach. And looking at his inaugural record at 8-4, hell of a way to start your coaching season. They are in the MEAC conference, okay. And this coach, what I tell you, he has built up a tremendous program at Delaware State. I mean, Delaware, I'm pretty sure the state of Delaware has seen some increase in revenue, as well as the university, and the opportunity of meeting the president of Delaware State a couple years back. Real cool dude, young guy as well. And so just want to acknowledge Deshaun Jackson, who has really been, in my opinion, a part of the growth and the buildup of historically Black colleges and universities, not just in the sports field, but just for exposure. HBCUs are probably some of the oldest institutions in the country, okay? And they do not get the proper credit, like, compared to other universities, PWIs, like a USC, UNC, a University of Delaware, right? Old Dominion, a Virginia Tech, UVA. You get what I'm trying to explain here. HBCUs does not get the proper credit. HBCUs has brought up some of the most accomplished and smartest individuals in the world. They have created prolific figures, right? I mean, former vice president from an HBCU, all right? Number of musicians come from HBCUs. Number of folks in theater comes from, like, the late great Chadwick Boseman, Howard University, okay? Felicia Rashad at HBCU. The number of journalists that comes from an HBCU. The list goes on and on. Actors, philanthropists, people, business, HBCUs got it going on. And this is just really more of a boost just to the universities, and it's well deserved. Now, as for Michael Vick, Michael Vick's luck wasn't as sharp, and it didn't go the way he planned it to. I believe Norfolk State University ended up finishing their season 1-11. Okay, 1-11. And look, I hear folks saying, "Well, y'all being a little too harsh on Michael Vick, they need to let him go. He might. I don't know if he's gonna last one more year. First of all, Vick signed a 4-year contract. He's well deserved in finishing his contract. You can't turn a program in 1 year. For those that think people can do so, you're crazy. I'm sorry. You just that's just not true. It's what kills me especially when I see it in professional sports where coaches get fired after one season. To me, that's a load of crap. You can't assume that someone can can lead a program, remodel a program, take over, and assume that they're gonna see major growth within that one season. You're not. Everybody deserves 4 years, right? When you go to college in general, you go most of the time and you spend how long? 4 years. Some people could say 5, but you spend about 4 years. There's some people that are so smart where they can finish in 3 years. Good for them. But the good solid, number is 4 years. Yes, Vic had an awful inaugural season. He's never coached Little League before. He's never coached anything. This was his first time. And, look, him coaching was not just, he's going to create a winning program. Is that, let's be frank, his popularity was a push to build up Norfolk State University, brought in a lot of revenue to the university, brought in a lot of revenue to the city. Still to this day, he is still, bringing, and it comes with recruiting. Now, the one thing I'm worried about is, are top prospects going to want to, go to Norfolk State just simply to say, I was coached by Michael Vick, or do they want to go to a program where they can, I don't know, win, get a lot of attention, like Delaware State. Like Delaware State. So my thing is, give the man a break. The team the players have to learn, the team has to learn, the coaching staff has to learn what was the problem this season. I know being at I attend a lot of football games at Norfolk State, and one thing that I've caught was there were a lot of penalties throughout the season. I mean, penalties that cost them touchdowns, plays that were just extremely careless. I mean, that has got to change. A lot of folks saying, the team wasn't disciplined enough. I won't go that far. I would just say you have to work on making smart plays. Now, I guess that could, you could someone say that kind of circles back to the whole discipline factor. It could be, but the team has to improve. The team has to improve, man. And I hope that Vic and his staff has learned from their mistakes. But we will see. But I just wanted to shout them out. And I didn't say the reason why I shout out Vic. Vic just got inducted into the Virginia Tech Sports Hall of Fame. Well deserved. Michael Vick is a spectacular player. He might not, as of right now, he might not have that same career as a coach the way he did as a player, but he was one of a kind, somebody that, in my opinion, changed the culture for, QBs, athletic QBs. He was a lefty, right? So he had some great years over there. So I just wanted to shout them out and congratulate the two of them. Now let's go ahead and stay in sports real quick, because I wanted to share this story that I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I won't say former, but boxing legends Floyd Money Mayweather and Iron Mike Tyson is set to fight each other in March of 2026 in Africa in an exhibition. Says here that in September, it was announced that Tyson and Mayweather would fight in the spring of 2026, though no location or date was announced. Now, While those details are still not official, Tyson addressed the matter while speaking at a live event, An Experience with Mike Tyson. He quote here says, Floyd Mayweather, can you believe that? The former world champion, 59 years old. It's gonna be in March, and it's gonna be in Africa. This is gonna be incredible. It's gonna break all records. It's gonna be one of the biggest events of this year. No, it won't. It will not be the biggest event at all. I'm gonna tell you right now. People are tired of seeing Floyd Mayweather fight. Okay, people getting tired of seeing Mike Tyson fight because Mike Tyson got everybody's hopes up with this whole Jake Paul fight, and personally, folks have accused him of kind of just faking the fight, like not giving his full, you know, all that he had in him, because look, they both got huge ass pay raises, okay? Him and Jake Paul. All of Jake Paul's fights have been very lucrative. I've told y'all how I think about Jake Paul. I'm not going to go there because we don't have the time or the day to discuss that. But all I'm saying is Tyson already wasted folks' time before. I doubted that this will be looked as, oh, this is going to be, he's going to act, he's going to be serious because he's fighting against a actual boxer, a champion's champion boxer. Okay. Mayweather last fought in November of 2024, facing YouTuber turned boxer Jake Paul in an 8-round professional contest and losing on points. That bout marked Tyson's first outing since an exhibition against fellow boxing icon Roy Jones Jr. in 2020, and it was his pro fight since 2025. Meanwhile, Mayweather retired in 2017 with a perfect record of 50-0 after stopping former UFC champion Conor McGregor in the latter's boxing debut. Now, since then, however, the 40-year-old has competed in numerous exhibition fights. While Mayweather's versus Tyson was announced as an exhibition fight, no date, location, or rule were available at the time, and it's even seemed that a rematch between Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao could toward the All-American bout. Now, I would rather see something like that. I want to see that fight. Pacquiao and Mayweather. And I think the last time they fought was in 2015 in the highest grossing boxing match ever. Wow, I remember that too, because that fight was in Vegas and everybody was there. Everybody named Mom was there. It depends on whether we can understand each other. Pacquiao, who's 46, my people and his people are directly coordinating. Now it says there, I'm sure the world of boxing will be excited if the rematch will happen soon. He has his own decision, so I cannot prevent him from fighting Tyson. Now, I'm trying to see what's the whole, like, I don't know, man. I guess I want to ask you all, what's your take on these must-see exhibitions, or those kind of like unexpected exhibitions? There we go. Not must-see. I mean, some are must-see, but a lot of them are unexpected, exhibitions, because there was initially an exhibition, supposed to be an exhibition between Gervonta Tank Davis and Jake Paul, which was a huge, would have been I would not have paid to see that at all in person. I probably would check it out on TV, but I would watch maybe the first 5 minutes of being like, no, I'm not watching this no more. It's weight wise, it's doesn't even make sense. Really, this fight doesn't make sense because Tyson is a heavyweight. Floyd is not. Now, I will say Floyd is probably a little quicker. Tyson's stronger now. Don't get me wrong. Tyson's strong for his age, but the man's 60 years old. What are you doing exhibitions for? Tyson, you making plenty of paper. This man got media deals. He got book deals. He got cannabis deals. He got it all. He got a huge paycheck from the whole Jake Paul fight. Like, what are you doing this for? What are you doing this for? It's not making any sense, in my opinion. It's not making sense. But hey, we will see. The fight is taking place in March of 2026. I don't think is an actual date. Is an actual date. I'm just getting March of 2026. Yeah, that's all I have right now. I'm not showing a specific date, but it is going to be around that period. So, I will check it out. It'll be interesting to see. It will be interesting to see. All right, my friends. Let's go ahead and move it on to our next story. Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Kimmel Live. Jimmy Kimmel has recently announced that he had signed an extension with ABC. And I would say this: is this a win? Do you take this as a victory lap for Jimmy Kimmel? Because let's not forget, Jimmy Kimmel was almost out of a job. He was almost out of a job because Trump and his whatever you want to call it, he was trying to use his power to help get Jimmy Kimmel off the air. Why? Because Jimmy Kimmel is a critic of Donald Trump's. And Donald Trump don't like that. He doesn't like that. Says here, reported by ABC News, Jimmy Kimmel's extension will be good through May of 2017. Big stuff. Kimmel has previously hosted the Academy Awards and currently hosts Who Wants to Be a Millionaire on ABC. So this is just not including a deal for his show, but all the other projects he has been doing with ABC, because he's been with ABC since 2003. He is, I believe, their only late night show on the network, not compared to how NBC and CBS has theirs. He has been there for years and has done pretty darn good, at ABC. Now, Jimmy, when it was threats that he would be not leaving, but kind of canceled in a sense, because ABC had initially suspended him over some comments that I don't need to continue to explain, but I will do it anyway. He made a joke that was directed to Donald Trump, but he used the story of what occurred at the time to a former conservative activist, Charlie Kirk. Now, was the joke funny? Yes. Was it too soon? Absolutely. I think if I was a part of his team, I would be like, maybe this is a little too soon. But hey, Jimmy doesn't care. Jimmy don't care at all. That's why he makes the big bucks. That's why he still, that's why he has his own show, right? And especially he's a comedian, for crying out loud. Comedians don't wait for when the suns die down. No, they're gonna do it while it's beaming in everybody's eyes. They're gonna be like, no, let's talk about this right now, because this currently is happening right now. Right now. So I personally, I don't watch Jimmy Kimmel's show like that. I think he definitely went a little more political once Trump entered in the office. And I've had liberal friends even say, sometimes Jimmy kind of speaks a little too, he talks politics too much. Sometimes folks just need a break from politics. And I get it. Folks need a break from, from certain things. It's hard for me to avoid politics just in general, because, well, I speak about it a lot here on the show. I actually enjoy watching and listening to about politics. So it's I'm kind of, for me, it wasn't a big deal. But into politics, not into politics, I was not an avid listener of, and still is, I'm not an avid listener of Jimmy Kimmel's show. but he has the right to say what he wants. It's comedy. It's late night. Late night hosts should have a no filter kind of thing, in my opinion. You see other programs doing their stuff, but folks like a Jimmy Fallon, these guys are playing kind of hesitant because they just know that, hey, look, one word about Trump, it's off. It's we're done. Show's over. I mean, you have to look at Stephen Colbert. Stephen Colbert's his show is getting let go. And it's not coming back after, I think he said next year will be the last. They're not even going to bring back the Tonight Show, which is like, wow, they're not even bringing the Tonight Show back, a long tradition that that everybody has been looking forward to watch at the end of the night, as they're in bed chillaxing, they're turning on a late night show. One of them, they're either turning to Stephen Colbert's program, which I wish I could have attended one of his shows. I've always been a Stephen Colbert fan. I've during his Comedy Central days and the Colbert Report. I mean, I used to always tune into the Arrington. I mean, the Arrington, Lord have mercy, the Colbert Report. And so, yeah, I enjoy him, and again, congrats to Jimmy Kimmel. It's funny, y'all, because I'm sounding kind of unprepared because as we're speaking, I'm listening to my dog play with his toy, and I'm like, on this commercial, I'm gonna take it from him because he's making a lot of ruckus in the background. But yeah, so good for Jimmy. I think this is kind of like a one-up. I think this is a one-up for him in the whole battle between, free speech and free speech, I guess, Jimmy versus the Trump administration, or Jimmy versus Trump, however you want to do it. This is kind of a win for him. This is a win for him. Let's go ahead and let me go ahead and head to a quick commercial break, my friends. Do not go anywhere. You're listening to the Arrington Gavin Show. I'm gonna go check up on this dog real quick. Don't go anywhere, though, my friends. You listen to the Arrington Gavin Show.
Every man has a story to tell. Your ambitions, your achievements, your legacy. Your suit should reflect that story, crafted precisely, designed for impact, and tailored exclusively for you. We work with only the finest fabrics, luxurious wools, silk, linen, and blends from world-renowned mills in Italy, the UK, and India. These fabrics are the foundation of custom suits that exude elegance and stand the test of time. But a suit isn't just about fabric, it's about fit, and it's about confidence, and it all starts with you. When you work with me, you'll receive a personalized consultation, whether in person or over Zoom. Together, we'll explore your vision and discuss your needs, and we're gonna bring your ideas to life. My journey as a designer includes apprenticing under New York-based designer Clavon Leonard, showcasing collections at New York Fashion Week, Algeria Fashion Week, and the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. That experience is what we bring to every suit we create, from weddings to corporate events and everything in between. We specialize in crafting one-of-a-kind suits for life's most significant moments. Dapper Luke has been recognized as one of Baltimore's best menswear in 2023, and I was honored to be one of the 10 designers selected for the prestigious Baltimore Met Gala. With over 900 satisfied clients, we proudly serve Virginia Beach and Baltimore, bringing world-class designs to these incredible communities. We don't just make suits, we craft confidence. Your suit will fit your body, your style, and it will tell your story. Book your free online personal consultation today. Visit www.dapperluke.com.
JASMINE Learning Institute, LLC, is a hybrid learning center that strives to educate adults and children in all fields. During the day, we offer programs that are focused on developing students from pre-K to 12th grade, which includes tutoring, homeschool co-op, an after-school program, SAT, ACT prep, and many more engaging academic programs. Our adult education programs include workforce trainings, GED prep, life coaching, various seminars, and many more. Our vision is to train and educate in a positive way that will lead to a positive change in the world, one person at a time. For more information, visit us online at JASMINELearningInstitute.com or call us at 757-208-7407.
Hey, Dad, want to go for a walk?
Well, that'll help me get my steps in for the day. Gotta stay healthy and strong.
Bet you're healthier than me.
I'd like to keep it that way. Doc says I need to walk 10,000 steps a day. How long is that?
Don't know. How about you tell me a story instead of counting steps?
I could tell you about the house my father and uncle built for us.
That's a couple of thousand steps right there.
Staying connected keeps you going strong. Learn ways to stay happy, active, and independent at cdc.gov/stillgoingstrong.
All right, my friends, welcome back. Welcome back. I made sure I had to take care of a little dilemma back there. So we are back. We are back. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back, my friends. Thank you for sticking with us. So I mentioned in the beginning, have you all, I hope you haven't, but have you all or known an individual who has possibly had a little taste while on the job? What I mean by that is, do you know somebody that was drinking on the job, or have you ever encountered anybody that was drinking on the job? Have you ever appeared at work intoxicated? Don't answer it. Don't answer it. But I want to show you this soundbite. This is there was a story about not really a story, but former NFL cornerback played for at that time during his career the San Diego Chargers. They're currently the Los Angeles Chargers. Quentin Jammer. I remember when he played in the league. Phenomenal player, by the way. I think it was him and what was Cromartie. I forgot his first name, but last name was Cromartie. Sandy, let me tell you something. The Chargers used to have a squad. I say this because my Indianapolis Colts back in the day, that was a competitive team. That was one of our rivals. It was, offense had Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates, LaDainian Tomlinson. Darren Sproles as a second string running back. They had a squad. Vincent Jackson. Defense was phenomenal. What Sean Marion, I believe, was middle linebacker. They had a squad. I'm surprised they never made it at least to the Super Bowl, but they always had a squad. Well, anyways, former Chargers cornerback makes surprising admission that he played half a season drunk. All right, check this clip here, and we'll talk about it on the other side.
Former San Diego Charger Quentin Jammer just admitted something that I think would actually give you a tactical disadvantage on the field. He claims that he played several games, quote, completely shit-faced drunk. I guess the 46-year-old was feeling the need to be clear with Chargers fans because he took to X saying, true story, in 2011, I played completely shit-faced drunk in at least 8 games. It is worth noting that he had 0 interceptions that year, which marked only one of 3 seasons that he didn't force a turnover, and the Bolts would also go 8-8 and miss the playoffs. Jammer said his drink of choice was usually tequila or a good bourbon, but he said that this all was sparked because of a nasty divorce. The good news, though, is that he's now 2 years sober, so good for him. To be honest, this sounds miserable to play in an NFL game drunk, but what do you guys think?
And the man asked the question, y'all. What do y'all think? Now, I've played sports. I played football in high school. Those are kind of like that was my main sport, football and track and field. Those are my two main sports. Never, which, hey, I was young. I never, was drinking while I was playing. Now, when I got older, when I'm in my college days, you have a good time hanging out with some friends. You want to play a little bit of, backyard football, having a few in you. Like, we did that all the time, right? We act a fool. I mean, come on, we're all no angels here. We had some years when we acted like little heathens. Now I don't condone you all to drink, while playing sport or while being on the job. Now I said drinking on the job because this was his occupation, professional football player. He said at least 8 games, 2 bottles, tequila, y'all. Tequila. I mean, man. Now, I'm gonna tell you why it's dangerous, because sometimes, and if he was like, totally like, hammered and didn't think at all, I wonder how did he even how would he know which play is which? You know what I mean? How would he know? Was he just keeping his eye on the ball? Keeping his eye on the QB? How did he know which play is which if he was completely out there? Now, you sweat a lot when you're a professional athlete. So did he sweat? Did he sweat off his drunkenness? How did he even sneak it in while he was playing? Because he's saying during games, man, at least 8 during the 2011 season. Jammer singled out a 31-20 loss on November of 20th of 2011 as one of the games where he appeared visibly drunk. Imagine having to line up against Larry Fitzgerald or Calvin Johnson in that condition. Seriously, I'm thinking the same thing. You're desperately fighting heavenly salvation and hoping not to I don't understand. It's a head scratcher. But again, you're not thinking as much because you're not thinking at all when you're kind of out there. So did it improve his game? Did it did it hurt his game? Now you heard the clip there. That season he didn't have the best 2011 season. Now he eventually ended up retiring his full career with 630 tackles, 21 interceptions, 7 forced fumbles, and he has been sober since 2023. So thank God for that. Thank God for that. But I'll tell you, being a fan of football, I remember during his playing years, he was a problem. What I mean by that, Quentin Jammer was one of the top cornerbacks in my opinion in the league, man. Wingspan crazy. I mean, he was huge. And yeah, he was, like I said, he was a phenomenal player, but I'm happy he is sober. Again, I don't know what made him want to, admit this on, out of all places, X on social media. I don't understand that, but he's doing good now. So note to self, y'all, do not drink on the job. That's my advice for you all. Do not drink on the job. It's not good. It's not healthy. It's not safe. Do not drink on the job, and drink responsibly if you are, enjoying yourself with some friends and all that stuff. Or if you're going through something, y'all, please don't look to alcohol to take care of your problems. Do not go to alcohol or look to alcohol to take care of your problems. Do not. Pray about it and just talk with your close friends or family, folks, someone that you can always speak with. If you are going through addiction, please seek help. There's plenty of professionals out here in our world that can assist you and help you through those times, because we don't want to see folks feeling down out here. No. I know we got a lot of issues happening in this world in our current climate, but you have to look at the man upstairs and be grateful for what he has blessed you with. You know what I mean? Continue to count your blessings and think of all the positive things that's going on in your life. All right, my friends, now I ain't gonna preach for y'all, so let's go ahead and fast forward and move on to our next story. Now, look, I want to talk more about this. Recent announcement that Jasmine Crockett, Congresswoman, Texas Congresswoman, Democrat Texas Congresswoman, had announced that she is for U.S. Senate, running for U.S. Senate in Texas. Now, here's what her primary opponent, James Talarico, a Texas state legislator and Senate candidate, had to say when he found out that that she was entering in the race.
That we are pro our campaign, not anti anyone else's. We will make the case for why we are best positioned to win this race in November and take power back for working people. But we will always treat Congresswoman Crockett with the utmost respect. She is my colleague and she is a leader in our state. She deserves nothing less. That we are pro our campaign.
Now, if it was my first time listening to this, I would first say this sounds like a dropout speech. This sounds like a speech given to a gentleman who was like, "Hey, look, we put up a good fight, but we're going to stand strong with Jasmine Crockett in this. I'm dropping out of the race, and I'm going to endorse my colleague, my friend, Jasmine Crockett as she takes on." I mean, seriously, because like now James Talarico has been on the campaign trail longer, but Jasmine Crockett, she has the popularity numbers. She does. Now she has her haters. You know, you heard the statement from Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman, who said Jasmine Crockett is the candidate that Republicans want to run. They want to see her run for that seat. I'm gonna tell you why that's a jab at Jasmine Crockett, because that's saying that Jasmine Crockett won't win. They know it's going to be an easy law. It's going to be an easy loss for her, easy win for the Republicans, because Jasmine Crockett is so extreme. She's so progressive. She's not qualified enough to win a U.S. citizen. She would never win the votes. That statement is coming from somebody from her own party. Coming from her own party. When he could easily be saying, "Hey, look, I'm excited to see that she's running. I'm going to do all I can to stand by her and support her." No. He's talking junk. Kindly, right? Now, Fetterman has been he's been on an island by himself, to say, because he has been one of the most vocal, very, I guess, Democrats with a strong moderate approach. Like he's very centrist. He is he's never really in agreement with the majority of his party. And he's sometimes, well, not sometimes, most of the time, he's siding with the Republicans in most cases, which is like, it's a bit odd, because when you ran for Senate, it was the total opposite. It was the total opposite. People were looking at him as like one of the key contenders in the Democratic Party. They were. Oh, he's this dude that's very relatable. He wears a hoodie and shorts, which is starting to get kind of gross to me. Like, I like, he always wears a hoodie and shorts, regardless of the weather condition. See, it's disgusting because, for one, it just looks like he didn't take a shower, but two, he is using his attire as his trademark. Okay, and elected officials, they have trademarks. Some might say, okay, I always wear a hat when I'm in office, or I feel like Al Green's trademark is his cane. That's the only trademark stuff that I could think of at the moment for an example. But his trademark is for a person that doesn't be the center of attention and doesn't want people to take their mind off of like politics. He has a good way of showing it because he's always wearing stuff that's out of the norm for elected officials, especially elected officials in the U.S. Senate. So it's just it doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, I'll read you a little bit of this article from Newsweek.com. Crockett versus Talarico, chances of flipping GOP's Texas Senate polls. Now, let's see here. So I mentioned, okay, Texas Representative Jasmine Crockett, as you know, she announced that she's running for office for the Lone Star State, and adding her. And actually, let me go ahead and take this out because I want to show you guys the person who is. Let me continue to read this. I got a little more time. I can talk about that. So, recent polling has shown all Democratic Party candidates, including the state legislator James Talarico, with work to do to win over enough voters to beat whoever the Republican nominee ends up being. Now, Texas has become a key focus of the 26 midterms, with court actions against redistricting efforts by the GOP as Donald Trump looks to secure a longer-term Republican majority in Congress. Meanwhile, Democrats have long struggled to gain a statewide seat, and growing name recognition for Crockett could be on the way for the party to change that. Now, Crockett could face off in the primary against state legislator James Talarico, Representative Joaquin Castro, and former Representative Beto O'Rourke. Now, let's be honest. Beto need to sit down. Beto been running for everything, and Beto been losing for everything. All right. Sorry to break it to you, Beto. Yeah, you had your run in politics, but Texas wants some new faces. They want new blood. They want new ideas. You've been the same old. What's going to change now? What's going to change? People are already familiar with you. You've run before, and you lost. The Congresswoman entered the race recently after former Representative, who I mentioned before, Colin Aldridge, dropped out the Senate race, shifting his focus to a new congressional district. Now, polling through the spring and summer pitted Aldrid against Republican hopefuls, including incumbent John Cornyn. Now, with the Republican coming out on top in the polls, gathered by 270 to win, generally between 43 and 48% against Aldridge's 31 to 46% range. Crockett was rumored to be entering the race for several weeks, with a University of Houston, Texas Southern University poll showing against current Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton 47 to 49%. Talarico has a 46 to 49%. Against U.S. Representative Wesley Hunt, Crockett was on 45% versus his 50% in the same poll, while Talarico was on 44%. Against Cornyn, the pair were on 44. Against Cornyn, the pair were on 44 and 45%, respectively, against 50 and 48% for Cornyn. Now, let's see here. Okay, so they're saying regardless, the rundown from real clear polling show the GOP still winning regardless of the nominee by anywhere between 1 and 6 points on election day. Now, Texas is a very red state. Very red state. Jasmine Crockett is a Democrat. She's a woman, and she's a black woman. Let me repeat that. Texas, very red state. Jasmine Crockett, a Democrat, a woman, and a black woman. A black woman that is very vocal. Okay? So it will be a difficult race, in my opinion, for her to try and win, especially a statewide Now, in Congress, she has a district she represents. U.S. Senate, you representing the state, the whole state. Nothing but the state. Now, again, James Talarico, young male, Caucasian male, in comparison to a young black female in Jasmine Crockett. I think it'll be an interesting race. I really do. I think it'll be an interesting race. Regardless, they're both solid candidates. Do I think this is the right time for Jasmine to do so? Possibly. I mean, it's interesting because Jasmine, and it was a public feud between Jasmine Crockett and Stephen A. Smith. Now, I don't think Jasmine really responded at all to Jasmine Crockett, but Jasmine Crockett's supporters were, responding to Stephen A. Smith's critique because, Stephen A. Smith is a growing voice now in the world of politics. He hosts a weekly political show on SiriusXM. He's been known for years to the public as a sportscaster, but now he's doing a lot of stuff politically, especially with News Nation. I mean, Chris Cuomo, he did like a recent sit down tour with, I wouldn't call it a tour, but it was a sit down forum with Chris Cuomo, News Nation's Chris Cuomo, Bill O'Reilly, former Fox News host, now host of No Spin News, his own platform, and Stephen A. Smith. So you had your conservative independent, you have your left-leaning independent, and then you have the guy that tries to hit dead center in Chris Cuomo. It was interesting. And really, he's more of like the moderator. I'm looking at my time. We got a lot more to discuss really with on this because it's really a great story. But my 2 cents with Jasmine Crockett is it a gamble? Yes. I do think it's going to be a gamble. Why do I think it's going to be a gamble? Because she already has momentum being in Congress. In order for her to now enter into a Senate race, she's going to eventually have to give up the role in Congress. Okay. So if she loses that, she does, to my knowledge, when she loses, she does not keep that role in Congress. She doesn't keep that position. She doesn't keep that seat in Congress. If she wins, that's a step for more, a bigger voice platform, a bigger platform for her, a platform that she's not really getting in Congress. But y'all, we will continue to talk about this more here on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thank you for sticking with us. As I told you before, we are out of time. But yeah, be sure to tune into the Arrington Gavin Show weeknights, available on all digital and streaming platforms. Be sure to follow us on all social media platforms, Instagram preferably, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're available on Blue Sky and Substack as well. So subscribe and follow us on Substack. I truly appreciate it. And yeah, that's, I believe, all I got for y'all today. But look, take care, stay safe, stay informed, continue to stay engaged and up to speed of what's happening in our current world. Remember, knowledge is power, my friends. The more you know, the more you grow. Talk to y'all later.
That's it for tonight on the Arrington Gavin Show. Thanks for tapping in and keeping the conversation alive. Don't forget, stay connected with us on all platforms. Follow at Arrington Gavin on Instagram, Blue Sky, and X, and subscribe to the official Substack for exclusive takes and deep dives you won't get anywhere else. We're here every weeknight, same time, same energy, same real talk. Until next time, stay bold, stay sharp, and stay true. That's what we do on the Arrington Gavin Show. Peace.